Last time out, Ireland travelled to face the French in Clermont. After a fast start, the home side ultimately proved too much for Scott Beamon's Ireland as they fell to a 26-7 defeat. Wales, their opposition today, are coming into this one off the back of a 10-try defeat at the hands of England. The Welsh did manage a bonus point, but the English powered to their 36th consecutive Test win. Both sides, therefore, will be looking to bounce back here in Belfast today and hoping to finish this year's Six Nations campaign on a high. Plenty of smiles as the two teams arrive, but no doubt as soon as that white line is crossed, it'll be straight down to business. It's Ireland against Wales in the Women's Six Nations, live from the Affidea Stadium in Belfast. Kick-off is at 6:30. Hello and welcome to a sunny but slightly chilly Belfast for this evening's game. I'm delighted to say that joining me pitchside are former Ireland international Eliza Downey and current Ireland international Adele McMahon. Thank you both so much for being with us this evening. Adele, we were together 2 weeks ago for that France game. There's been a little bit of time in between, a little bit of rest, a little bit of R&R for the squad. How valuable will that be for them coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, it's huge. Like, the last 3 weeks is very taxing, being in camp, weeks game on game, but it's a huge opportunity for that cognitive load to assess your next opposition. And Wales have definitely showed variety and a huge progression in this campaign, so I'm sure they've utilised that time in the drawing room.
Yeah, Eliza, as Adele says, Wales certainly have progressed. We saw that they were defeated by England. They did get that bonus point try. They're certainly not a team, though, to be underestimated.
No, this is a new Wales team. This is a new era for them. They have been really impressive. I feel it like the variety that Sean Lynn has brought to this team. It's exciting rugby to watch. They're physical. They are up in the defensive line, and I think Ireland have a game on their hands today.
Adele, so far 2 losses, 1 win, 2 games to go. Tonight in Belfast, Dublin next week. How important is it to finish this campaign on a high?
Yeah, huge. I mean, Ireland speak a lot about cracking that top 4. This will be a determiner of that success. So Ireland will definitely want to get a stamp on this game early.
Yeah, we're set for another great test fixture here tonight in Belfast. The teams are now, though, out on the pitch, so it is time to pass to our commentary team, where Fiona Hayes is alongside Oisin Langan.
Ireland come into this game having won 2 of the last 3 matches between these two and are looking for a second win of the competition this year. Wales showed some glimpses against Scotland, England and France, and while they've yet to record a victory in this year's tournament, they have displayed, especially against England, that they have the firepower to score against even the best defences. Fiona, this should be a good one.
An absolute cracking game, Oisin, I'm expecting here today, especially from Wales. You know, they're growing in this tournament. They've had 3 losses, but I mean, that maul in particular is a dangerous weapon. I think they've scored 6 tries off that.
Fireworks off the pitch, fireworks potentially on it as well. Lovely conditions for a game of rugby. Slightly chilly, but no breeze. And a nice sunny day. Erin King, what a leader she is.
Unbelievable. She's just grown into this role. She came in, she's quite young, on the back of an injury where she thought she'd never ever play rugby again, was able to get herself back, and then to be handed the captaincy. We know Adele McMahon is down below, she's out injured, she was the previous one, but I think Erin is such a leader, and especially watching her with the referee.
And now I think it's time for the anthems ahead of Ireland against Wales in the Women's Six Nations. rousing anthem. Not that they needed too much to encourage them for this game. And now it's Ireland's call, sung by Jennifer Dalton.
Come the day and come the hour, come the power and the glory. We have come to answer our country's call from the four proud provinces of Ireland. Ireland, Ireland, together standing tall. Shoulder to shoulder, we'll answer Ireland's call. Ireland, Ireland, together standing tall. Shoulder to shoulder, we'll answer Ireland's call. We'll answer Ireland's call.
The green wave ready to roll on, as is the green smoke. Scott Beeman has never named the same team twice. That continues today. There's over 100 caps in that front row. Eleanor Perry has added significantly to it as well. From 4 to 8, there's real dynamism. In the back line, just one change. Eve Higgins coming in place of Nancy McGilvray. Parsons and O'Connor will look to do damage from the wings. O'Brien always potent with the boot. For Wales, there is 3 starting changes. Carrie Cox is back fit and is back in midfield. That means that Hannah Talavale is named on the wing in place of Singleton. Gwen Crabb misses out through injury, which means that Georgia Evans makes her first start of the campaign in the second row alongside Branwyn Metcalf, with Georgia Iono switching to the back row. Powell is pretty devastating with ball in hand. You just quite simply cannot give her space.
No, she's just absolutely immense. Her footwork, her ability to find space on those outside edges, she's so good. But I think the battle, Oisín, of the back three with both teams is so strong. So much space out there.
Natalia John will then make her 50th appearance for her country off the bench, and Ireland have some firepower in the subs as well, or the finishers as I should call them. Wales in the changed jerseys. They're in the white jerseys today. They won the toss. They have elected to kick off, and they'll play from left to right.
Yeah, that shows me that they want to go hard after Ireland here today. Clecky George with the ball in hand. You can see both sides were ready to get up and put savage pressure on that Irish team and really try and stop them at source. It's good to see Eve Higgins back in the team as well. I'm excited to see how that centre partnership pairs after France. They were probably disappointed with how it went.
Our referee from France, who made 4 appearances as a ref in the Rugby World Cup, and George gets us underway, the 26-year-old who wins her 39th cap for Wales today. Dan O'Brien always looks like she wants to kick it, but Lane will come in and get hands on ball. Plenty of options for Lane to aim at. Trying to crash through is Erin King. We're going to see that an awful lot today. Crabb is missing for Wales. She's a big loss regards turnovers and things like that.
Yeah, turnovers, and especially in that line out, she's been immense in just getting up in the air and really causing havoc.
Wales see what they can do with early possession, and as we saw against England and at times even against France, they are potent in attack. Kite carrying it there, spinning it inside Bevan. They got the try scoring bonus point against England, so we know that they can score tries, and for a while they hung on against France, as did Ireland, but just like they did against Ireland, France got away. Just 5 points between Wales and Scotland on the opening day. But Wales are moving this one really well. Bevan, good sweeping move. Oh, just as I say that. Joyce drops it backwards. It's still Welsh ball, but it's set them back a bit, trying to slip through is Cox. Bevan trying to carry now is Evans. Bevan goes to the narrow side. It's Joyce trying to slip through is carries Cox. Ireland, all they can do is put in the tackles and try their best. Tuipulotu. Here's Bevan. Bevan spotted the gap. Was that knocked on by George? It was, and it's Ireland ball, and that's decent defence from Ireland. Wales will be frustrated because they had an awful lot of possession, but in the end did nothing with it.
Yeah, it's just good defence. Ireland picking and choosing when to go into the breakdown, but there was actually a huge gap. You can see that. I think it's Eve Higgins Maloney MacDonald bit up, and unfortunately for Clecky George, the ball she went slightly ahead of the ball. But certainly you can see what Wales are trying to do. They're going over back and then looking for that quick snap to try and catch Ireland out on the edge.
Lane, the Cork woman, to feed. Who's going to break from the back? Will it be Aoife Wafer to go? Aoife Wafer, who made such an impact at the World Cup when she played against France in the quarter-final. Ireland delighted to have her back and fully fit.
Yeah, and that number 8 spot is where she needs to be, and we didn't see it in France. She needs to be at that back of the scrum. We didn't see her getting enough ball and running at defences. Dan
O'Brien putting plenty of air on that, but Wales have the backfield filled. And that's a decent looking chip over the top. O'Brien is waiting for it. The bounce is awkward enough. O'Brien, was that forwards? Maybe the Welsh think so. It was collected by Robin O'Connor. Carlow and Wexford combining there, the two southeast counties. Here's Erin King. Lane, O'Brien. O'Brien always gains distance. Wales know what's coming though, and that's why they filled that backfield. Here's Talavale. Powell going the long way around, but gaining ground. Good running by Powell. Good tackling by Ireland. Dorothy Wall was in there to try and turn it over, but it's still on the Welsh side. Bevan, Tuipulotu.
I think Wales will kick it back. Both teams are getting a feeler for what that backfield is like and trying to put the other team under pressure, especially there with a big chase.
Here's the Gary Owen, the chase will come. O'Brien, brave as always. Lane. That's carried well. Fiona Tuitt. The Ulster-based Dubliner. Lane. King. Jugang. Jugang pumps the legs. Look at the ground she's gaining. Lane. O'Brien. O'Brien knew what she was doing there, kind of putting it between the two defenders that were back there. And that's skewed off the boot, and Ireland will be, I suppose, happy enough with the end result there.
Yeah, very happy. That's a win for Ireland. Clecky George probably would have liked to get another 10 metres on that, but as I said, both teams looking at that backfield, getting the chasers up. That was
Oh, we have an injury. It will take a lot to stop Tuipulotu. There's Scott Beeman. Said when he took over he wants Ireland to fire shots. I think they are certainly doing that since he came in.
Yeah, definitely, but there is a lot of talk out there, and I think they will be disappointed with those big games against France and England, and especially that first half against France, the errors, a couple of held up tries, but certainly this game here in Belfast is a chance to fix those wrongs.
Sean Lynn has done a great job since coming in as Welsh coach, had great success in the Premiership, and he's known to be a coach who gets his players to work hard, and from what we can see even already today and this season, he's doing that with Wales.
Yeah, absolutely, and a couple of the Irish girls would know him well as well, and he's got that personality of a coach that just makes you want to play for him. Yes, he's got his tactics right, we can see Wales working hard, but I think it's his personal skills with the players that I spoke about at the start. They're gently building. They mightn't, win this game here today, but they'll certainly be looking for a huge performance to up it from not having those 80-minute performances. They've had a good 40 in a couple of games. They need to back it up.
Maloney MacDonald over the 50 caps, and it should be a lot more. Hogan knocked it down to Lane. Taking and passing was Eve Higgins. Lane trying to take it out. She does. Taking and bursting is Dorothy Wall. Lane works it well, although there was a bit of height on it. Lane will go to the narrow side. Ireland tried to find a route through. Good work by Aoife Dalton. Gets support from Perry. Lane. Hogan carries. Lane following them all the way, and Wales get the penalty. Good defensive work by the Welsh.
Yeah, brilliant work at the breakdown. Also just Tupuladu coming up with a couple of big hits. Wales look really comfortable in defence, and that decision, I think it was at the back rower to just go in there and absolutely go after the ball was correct. Got her hands in it, and Ireland's defence were disconnected and couldn't clear her out.
Well, Wafer always wants to crash, always wants to carry, but that was a fantastic tackle by George Chop.
Absolutely. I think that's what you want your 10 to do. Just don't let them. If they go over you, it's fine, but you're not to get too many metres after that.
Well, she might have gone over, but she didn't go through, if that makes sense. Wales with the line out. Jones, 28-year-old. Oh, that's very well taken by Lewis, the captain. Well worked off the line out. Bevan back inside. Good switch of the angle, and Powell ran onto it but couldn't get very far. Didn't give away the possession though. That's the important thing. Blocked down. I think it was Wall who got her hands on that one, and Ireland have turned it over. Brilliant work from Dorothy Wall, but it's a Welsh penalty.
Yeah, I'll have to see that one again. I thought there was really good work on the ground by Erin King to get that turnover and dive on the ball, but the referee has deemed Ireland to hold on, and another penalty from Wales.
George gains ground. Here is the charge down.
Yeah, brilliant by Fiona Chute and Dorothy Wall.
Fiona Chute using her Gaelic football skills there. Used to play for Dublin, of course. If she didn't get there, Wall would.
They'll be a little bit frustrated. Those 50-50 balls or calls they're not getting as well, but I think Wales are doing really well and being efficient when they get the ball, especially in that line-out area. They've had a couple of good hits.
Lewis was the target again. Again, she was a target that was found. Tupulatu. Ireland get the penalty. Side entry.
Yeah, I spoke about the cause. That was Tupulatu. It's not very often you see a tight head prop out in the middle of the pitch off a line out trying to get a ball in a big carry, but that's exactly what she can do. She gains serious metres when she's out there, but brilliant from Ireland. They stood back and we could see Wales went off their feet.
Ready for Wafer. Getting a bit of treatment. Let's hope she's okay.
Brittany Hogan with the chop. That's just brilliant. Yeah, it's just kind of that side entry. They're the danger ones, aren't they? When you're down. Aoife Wafer was down to try and get that poach, but I think she's lucky enough that the leg hadn't planted and was moved away. We saw it in this very pitch last night with Ian Henderson as well, that the referees are really looking at that side entry because it can be quite dangerous on the poacher.
It's been a busy couple of days with this pitch, but of course it's top quality 4G, so it can take it. Maloney MacDonald. It's a little bit messy, but it does fall on the Irish side, and Dan O'Brien, who gets it to Hogan, who had to juggle it but clung on to it regardless. Chute carries, flips it off to Aoife Wafer, who bounces them out of the way. Or is that Wall? It's Dorothy Wall. Trying to make her way through is Eve Higgins. Lane. Perry.
Ireland have been really direct here now, trying to get quick ball. Wales have been excellent at slowing it down.
Wall. Good take, Chewett. Sweeps it backwards, Flood misread it. Great stuff from Flood, got it out to O'Connor.
Great hands from Robin O'Connor there. She won't thank Stacey Flood for that one.
Lane back inside, Dan O'Brien. Erin King. Erin King, who is from Wicklow but has very strong Mullingar connections. Started life in Sydney. Lane shoveling it out wide is Dalton. That's a good pass. I think it was O'Brien. Parsons. Lane. Dugang. Ireland trying to inject a bit of pace in this. Lane. MacDonald a little bit loose and O'Brien dives on it.
Yeah, George Evans really unlucky not to get the turnover there, but a little bit sloppy from Ireland with those out the back passes. They're not having a quick look.
Maloney, MacDonald with some MMA stuff there. It kind of worked. Lane.
There's space out here.
A dipping kick over the top. The chase is coming from O'Connor, who's a real speedster. Well covered back by Powell.
Yeah, well done, Kayla Powell. I mean, it's just, you could see the space out there. If it was a little bit far left, I think Robin O'Connor might have had a little bit of gas to get there, but really good decision by Flood. And it just gives that goal line drop, and you expect Clecky George to get this probably up past the 10-metre line. She's so good at these and getting a good distance on it.
Wafer takes the invite to charge at that Welsh defence. Has support with her. Wafer. Lane, Ireland in a very good position. Maloney MacDonald sweeps back inside. Oh, what a pass that was to Flood.
Brilliant, brilliant spot on that inside.
Hogan involved, Dugang involved, Ireland inches short. Lane is assessing the options. She's going to let Hogan have a go. Wafer looks determined to get there and has. Try for Ireland. Aoife Wafer decided, I'm taking this on, and there was no stopping her once she had that in her head. It's Aoife Wafer's 12th try for her country, and Ireland lead 5-0.
Yes, I think when Aoife Wafer is 5 metres from a line, there's no other way she's going other than scoring a try. But it was brilliant build-up play, probably not the kick that Clecky George wanted to give to Aoife Wafer, running down their channel, putting the defence under serious pressure. But watch this next phase. Ireland do really well to recycle. Defence is down nice and low, but Aoife Wafer just buries her way through and gets that grounding on the line.
Dan O'Brien, whose original home club Tullow won the AIL playoff to remain in the women's AIL, which is a big boost. They came late in the season to do that. The sun is in her eyes there, making it difficult. But obviously not that difficult.
Yeah, she had a difficult week last week, I think, with her kicking. Look at that, it's a brilliant kick, just slightly out to the left, but that's a real big confidence booster for Dana, just to get that kick, settle her down, and Ireland are 7 points on the board.
Wales look to respond. That's bounced over Lane, but O'Brien was there. And O'Brien says, let's not mess about. Well taken by Powell. King was eyeing her up all the way, as was O'Connor. Tupolotto. Dugang. Bevan. George. Rushing up and just clamping. Her opposite number there was Dalton. Dalton did really well. But Wales shoveled it out to the side.
Super work from Aoife Dalton.
It's an awkward enough one. And Wales could be in here as well, taken by Kites. Tackled is Cox. It was a vital intervention. Bevan. Well, Wales almost got a very lucky bounce of the ball off the boot of O'Brien there. Cox looked like she was on her way, but Ireland got a tackle in some way, somehow. Carried by Pearce. It goes loose and Dugang has stolen it back, but it's a penalty for Wales.
Yeah, I think she's given it for not rolling away. I thought it hit the foot before it stopped there. It was just on the ball placement, but you're wondering, will Wales go for the 3 points here or try? No, it looks like Clecky George is going for that corner and back in their maul that has been so good throughout this tournament.
And it wasn't even a debate.
Yeah, look at this. It's Dan is off her leg, and brilliant catch by Cox, and she just gets it inside with Parsons. Unbelievable, just tackles Hannah Delavale. Yeah, the referee, you have to give that. I thought it was off late, but it's off.
You
Maloney
have to give that.
MacDonald, so you have to, I suppose.
Bit of a conference between Jones and Pearce. So this is Wales' best opportunity so far. That's well taken. What have they got off this line out? Good hands by Georgia Evans.
I think that's really well as well by Dorothy Wall. She's after coming through the middle there. She's on the ball. She's upset that.
Devon slipped up, but still Wales have the ball. That's a good pass to Dalavale, who gets it away. Flinging it wide as Powell when there is space, but it's fumbled by Joyce.
Wow, what a scramble defence by Ireland. Poor hands out in the wing, but you have to give credit to Ireland and how they scrambled out there. Stacey Flood, Eve Higgins, Aoife Dalton, all really trying to push hard on that right hand side. They were in big trouble there. Jasmine Joyce will be upset with that one. It's this offload here that creates the space, and it's actually a really good pass, but unfortunately just a little bit too high and over their head.
Stacey Flood was over there, wasn't she? If Joyce had caught that ball, she was probably away, but Flood was doing all she could. So Lane will feed. They could be pulling a fast one, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a simple case of getting it back to O'Brien. O'Brien will bang it down the pitch.
It's a good scrum. I think she might have to reset it. It's a bit up in the middle. Strange, Maloney MacDonald was popped up there nice and early, but Ireland seem to have a slight bit of dominance now. You'll always have the hookers arguing with each other here, and they both would know each other very, very well from playing club together. And what a player Kelsey Jones is.
Kelsey Jones, who scored a try against England in her 56th appearance, so knows what it's all about.
Yeah, I think the set piece in particular is her bread and butter. She adores that area and she thrives there as well, but we'll see if Ireland get the same nudge up here that they're getting on Perry's side.
Lane feeds. And they run it rather than kick it. Lane. O'Brien. Penalty Ireland. For a second there, I think some of the Irish players thought the penalty was against them.
Yeah, Dorothy Wall has to apologise to the referee. I'd say there was a bit of roaring and shouting, as you said, Oisin, going on down there if they thought it was the wrong way. But look, that happens sometimes in the heat of the moment. She has apologised, and Ireland get a chance now to relieve the pressure, which will frustrate Wales, because I think they were coming up hard and fast on Dan and could have put her under pressure to exit.
Dan O'Brien, who delivered that conversion brilliantly. Erin King, the captain. There was a good chat with her on the BBC Rugby Social podcast, in which she talked about being pictured outside the stadium at the 2003 Rugby World Cup final. Ireland do well with the line out. Maloney MacDonald, a safe pair of hands. Ireland continuing to gain ground. Lane might take it over. Dorothy Wall is talking to the referee again. Has to be careful given that they just had a chat.
Yeah, I think she feels Wales have splintered around, but it should be a Welsh ball here. It's taken in and didn't come out the back. It's a win for Wales there. Good stuff by their pack. See George Evan, too, Bulati all getting in the mix. But you're right, Oisin, I don't think referees like anyone chatting to them unless it's the captain, and we've seen Doherty a couple of times have a word. But Ireland very unlucky here. I thought they got a good start to them all, but for Wales they were able to split the front two lifters. We can see it here. George Evan gets side on, and eventually they get inside. Tupoledu swinging around. We see that Wales have won 3 turnovers already. I think that's a stat that might frustrate Ireland 20 minutes in, to be giving away the ball like that.
Bevan puts it in. Wales get it out. Lane with a good tackle. She stood on the road. Wales try and go wide and then kick deep. Collected well by Stacey Flood. Flood asking questions. She was unlucky that it bounced in rather than out. George launches it forward. George, who started life as a back row. O'Brien. It's turned into a bit of a kicking tennis match at the moment.
Yeah, both teams trying to get a good lucky bounce.
Who's going to get the luck? 2Q up for it. Offside and in front of the kicker, so it's a Wales penalty. 14 is Parsons.
Yeah, that's a very harsh one to give away, because there was absolutely no way either team were running it back from there. But look, I didn't see any chasers. We might see on a replay.
George puts Wales into a very good position.
Gwen Crabb is a huge loss, but to have someone like, George Evans from Saracens, she's played a lot of rugby in the PWR, and we've seen the first couple of balls in the line out going to her. She's secure, she gets up and she really attacks it.
Again, it's good at line out time from the Welsh. Pass by King. That's a very good carry. They can't stop her. It's Iono. Still she goes. Wales looking for fast ball. Bevan. The tackles come in from Ireland, but they can't stop Wales from gaining ground. Bevan. They're so close. Ireland at not quite panic stations, but all defensive stations. George getting involved, as is Jones. They try and pick and jab. That big green wall stands up for now, but Wales continue to knock at the door. This could be it from Tupoledu. And she has got over to try for Wales. A hard work try.
Yeah, I think it's George Evans just diving over to the left-hand side there, but what a stop by Aoife Dalton and Tupoledu. And yes, it's all Evans coming up with the ball. When Wales are direct and they're carrying hard, we saw Ione as well in there, just really putting pressure on the Irish defence. If they don't tackle low, they've got that leg drive to keep going. It's all off the back of this really good carry in the midfield.
Georgia Evans of Saracens, who's from a rugby playing family. Her sister also has featured for Wales, getting Wales off the mark. And they take all 7. Good kick from Bevan, granted one you'd expect her to get from there.
Yeah, Ireland probably overfolding, looking at the outside and really neglecting that pillar on that inside just near the post.
She's happy.
Why not? If you get your start back and you get a try on that, it's always going to bring a little smile to your face.
O'Brien hangs this one up. It's spinning down towards King. Dorothy Wall made the tackle. Bevan. George. Flood running onto this one. Flood fancies a cut, and why not? She's got O'Connor outside. O'Connor takes it brilliantly. Lane gives to Wafer. Wafer thought about passing and said, you know what, I'm going to take this on. And just drives inside that Welsh 22.
She was never going to pass that.
She had me fooled. Lane, Chewett. Somehow it's skirmed out to Lane. That's a good take from Dalton. Support coming from Wall. Lane ready to take it over again. Wales not rolling away. Advantage is coming Ireland's way. That's a little show and go from Higgins. Lane, Wall. Lane, Maloney MacDonald is waiting. And always ready, willing and able. Still Ireland ball. Hogan takes it well. Lane switches back to the right. Higgins still there. Higgins goes outside. Parsons trying to cut through. She gains ground, she does well.
Oh, I'd love to have seen her taking that outside shoulder and really go after that defence, but you can see Ireland are trying to swing right, swing left, drag that defence, and the whole stadium lights up when Parsons gets on the ball. And the same over here with Robin O'Connor. She's doing really, really well.
How great was it to see Parsons on what is practically her own home ground scoring a hat-trick for her country a couple of weeks back.
She was just immense that day. You know, I think she had a couple of turnovers as well, Oisín, and just came off her wing and got involved in a lot of good Irish play. And hopefully she'll do the same here today, because when she finds that space, she's so hard to stop. Her leg drive is electric.
She's from Ballinasloe, a place where Connacht at the start of the professional era, I think from memory, would have played a couple of games. Ireland will play in the corner here because O'Brien has brought them right up with a really good kick.
Yeah, and you're wondering, have Ireland have something up their sleeve here? They have had, or are they just going to go and do their basic maul? We've seen a couple of tries scored from a maul transfer. We've seen players go around the side, around the front, so we'll see what they'll come up with here today. I imagine Alan O'Connor's a couple up his sleeve for his home ground.
He certainly does. King drops it down on purpose, I should say, drops it down to a teammate. That's Wafer carrying. Lane. Brittany Hogan. Lane. Ireland have a go. And it's a Welsh turnover. Penalty to Wales. Maloney MacDonald is frustrated and curious.
I think the referee has called that maybe she was crawling on the ground, that she took a couple of movements after she hit there. Maloney MacDonald doesn't agree with that.
And I'm sure that surprises you. We can see it here, just crawls after she hits the ground, after she's grounded.
I think that is very, very harsh. She's just on the ground and she's placing the ball back, but you could see the referee was already with her whistle ready to go and blow something there anyway. I think Clena's face says it all.
Kelsey Jones. Well taken by Lewis. That's fumble by Wales, still on their side to knock on. It's even better than a fumble from the Irish point of view. That's frustrating for Wales because they got the ball back and were gifted the opportunity.
Yeah, and she'll be very frustrated with that. She's had a couple of good carries, Ione, in this first half, and to get that turnover, just the line out was going well, but unfortunately I think the pass as well, it was slightly behind her, so she just stuck that hand back.
Iono, sport is her life, obviously rugby, but she's also studying sports science at the moment.
You can see Wales are keeping two players over in that blind side. It's just Parsons out tight on the wing, but they really know what kind of threat she is, so they're keeping two out there, and obviously we know if Wafer likes to attack that blind as well. But the way things set up, it looks like maybe Higgins might get that ball. The scrums have collapsed a couple of times. The referee is trying to go in there and take control. Obviously every other prop is blaming the other one, but certainly it's not as clean as we'd like to see.
What have Ireland got up their sleeve here as the wind picks up in Belfast? Wafer goes to the blind side, trying to hand off Iono there. It's flipped out to Parsons. Parsons is going to run it home, and Ireland retake the lead. Brilliant skill from Aoife Wafer, brilliant finishing from Parsons.
Wow, take a bow, Aoife Wafer. That scrum turned up and all on the right hand side. There wasn't a lot of space, but she found it, and a beautiful offload out of that right hand. I told you, when Parsons get any bit of space, her footwork is so electric, but you got to take your hat off to that offload.
A 22nd try for Ireland for Parsons. It was made by Aoife Wafer.
Just brilliant. George and Judge Joyce on her, and we see Parsons finishing off in style.
Dan O'Brien, who's one of the quieter players in the squad. And right there, one of the more unlucky ones. I think the breeze caught it a bit. Decent effort, but unfortunately for her, doesn't extract an extra 2.
Yeah, really unlucky, because you could see the strike. It was really well done. Here we're getting a look at that offload. It's so good. You can see Bryony King as well coming around, and Wafer just gets her hands free as she's fallen. Wow.
Effectively sucked 4 defenders in. O'Brien. Well taken. Wales will run it back through Powell. Oh, that's great footwork by Powell. Collides with King, completely accidental. Bevan. Tupolatu, tackled by Jugang.
Yeah, Powell is telling the touchy she got hit on the head. You wonder if the TMO might come in on this.
That's a very decent kick. That's an excellent kick.
Yeah, super kick. Really good. Jackie George finding space, and we've seen, you know, we had one overthrow on the Irish line out, so they'll be getting up, trying to put pressure on and contest that area at the back.
You can hear it being said by some of the players out there, high tackle.
I looked a tiny bit high from up here. It's over on our side, but look, you know, that's what TMOs are there for. They'll come in.
How do you think Wales will respond to going behind to that Parsons try? First, they have an injury to deal with, the injury to the head of Kayleigh Powell. She's up on her feet.
Yeah, look, I think they'll really feel like they're in the game. I mean, you see there, Clecky George can get you territory. They gave Ireland possession. That's what will frustrate them. But certainly, with this Welsh team, when they're attacking those wide channels, using their footwork, getting into space, it can be electric. Powell, Della Valle here is over on our side. She's another player, and Jazz Joyce, that is just electric. So they'll be pretty happy with where they are, but they will want to get up and really put pressure on Ireland and not let them have an easy line out here.
Paolo Duarte is our TMO. There you go. On we go. I think they probably looked and said, Erin King is tall, that's not really a high tackle. Maloney MacDonald finds Chewett, who knocks it down to Lane, who gives it to Brittany Hogan. Lane. O'Brien. Good footwork. Powell bobbing and weaving, and ran into Wafer. Bevan swept back. That's a good pass, took a few players out of it, but Ireland do fan across and block up the space.
Yeah, that defence shooting up on the outside is putting Wales under massive pressure with their handling skills.
Carrying well there was Georgia Evans, Wales try scorer. Tupolatu comes in to help. Up into the air it goes. Confidently handled and confidently kicked as well. Ireland rushing up here. Robin O'Connor cleared well by George, collected by O'Brien. Has Parsons, who came over to the left off the right wing.
Brilliant. I like to see him having a crack here.
Flood. Lane. O'Brien. I think they'll claim it was accidental. Here's Chewett. It was good to see Parsons show the composure there, because if she had passed it when she initially made the first movement, Flood was offside, but she just got ahead of her. O'Brien. O'Connor is rushing up, but it's handled well by Cowell. Ireland trying to turn it over. Still on the wild side. Swept back inside by Iono.
Both teams are happy inside their own half to maybe do 1-2 phases and just kick the ball back and get themselves set up for a defensive set.
Wales clear their lines.
I think Ireland will be happy with that. Robin O'Connor shooting up, putting pressure on Clecky George twice, and coming out there, you're just outside of 22, and have a launch play to maybe try and get out to Parsons on that wing, because we've seen her a couple of times come off her wing. But certainly if Ireland can go one phase and get that wide, she's someone that will cause havoc out there.
Robin O'Connor, still only 20. Did Wall get her hand in there? Advantage is coming for Wales, and they will try and play it if they possibly can. Cox, advantage is over. Cox almost getting through. It was a good tackle, and a vital one as well. Bevan. Parsons holds Wales up pretty much on her own. Bevan gets there. Ireland right in their faces. Bevan directing the traffic as Hogan makes a real nuisance of herself. Collected brilliantly by Flood. She looked to offload, but was then swallowed up. That's good from Wales. Lane, Hogan, Lane, O'Brien. There was 3 in the backfield, but O'Brien said, you know what, I'm kicking it anyway. And this is going to go dead.
It's a poor kick. If you've 3 in the backfield, they should be looking to maybe hit the edges. You get the chasers on there. There was no one chasing down the middle, and Wales were able to leave that fall dead. But you can see they know how dangerous O'Brien's boot is, that they are doing that and getting into that backfield to stop that play.
What a tackle from Dalton on Cox.
She's been outstanding defensively, like unbelievable in attack, but for me she's one of the best defensive 13s in the competition. She just reads the game so well, brings pressure when it's needed, but also her decision making, and we see the tackle take there is unbelievable.
Still only 23, Aoife Dalton, yet today she's winning her 32nd cap.
Wow, and I'd imagine she's the first name on the team sheet every time as well. She's just a superb player who gives everything to the green jersey.
That's a real arm wrestle. Well, you're braver than me if you call that. Here's George. Shoveled back inside by Cox. Wafer stopping them. Jugang is down. You can't see that, but we can. Ireland continue to drive forward. That's a really good play. That Perry who brought it with her.
Slowing things down.
Lane chips it up looking for Higgins. Higgins is grabbing it, but so is Kite.
And Ireland turn over that ball again.
Brilliant. Filling in this temporary scrum half was Robin O'Connor, and that was Stewart. Lane, Maloney, MacDonald. Jugang is still down getting treatment off the ball. Ireland down to 14 at the moment. Hogan, O'Brien, Higgins. Outside to Robin O'Connor. The space is closed down. Lane, Hogan. King was with her, but she brought it into contact. Here's Lane. Dorothy Wall. Perry in support. Lane there again. King. Inside, good move. Eve Higgins. Lane. Jewett. Lane switches back left to Perry. Jugang still getting treatment. Could be a contact lens issue actually. Good play to Flood.
see Parsons looking for that out in the wing. There is space there if they can get a couple more hit-ups. I think there will be space if you can get Dana even kicking it.
Well, you wonder how aware they are that they're one short at the moment. Jugang is back on her feet, but Ireland give away the penalty.
Yeah, they'll be frustrated with that.
Just as they were getting back to 15, just as Jugang was rejoining.
Erin King is having a word with the referee every time they're inside the 22. It seems like there's some sort of infringement she's blown for.
Erin King from Wicklow via Australia, England and Dubai. Played Gaelic football for Wicklow as well, a multi-skilled athlete, a multi-talented athlete. That's not a great kick, slipped through the hands of Lane, but it'll fall into the path of Flood. Beautiful little chip up into the hand off the right boot from Flood.
Skills.
Well, to execute that kind of skill under pressure in an international match, that'll tell you how cool she is and how good she is. Maloney MacDonald, Lane, Dalton, O'Brien. Lane, Hogan. Ball goes loose. I think that's Iona who's grabbed it back for Wales, and now Wales have the penalty. Time off.
Erin King talking to the referee again, just wondering what's going on around that breakdown, but certainly I think she's been clear on what she wants to see, and there was a knock-on turnover, and I think Ireland stopped that quick ball.
And Wales with the chance to get closer or even pass Ireland out as we come up to the break, and that is very much the intention.
Yeah, I think she's arguing, and they missed one there. You can see the hand was out. I think it was King put the hand out and stopped that ball getting to Fiona Chute in the inside. So real frustration around Ireland there.
Jones, well taken by Georgia Evans. Wales inside that Irish half. Good hands by Kites. They try and break through, flipped off there, carried by Iona. But Ireland, I think, have stolen it back to Eve Higgins. What a turnover that is. Will they play it or will they just kick it dead and go to half time? No, they want to play it. Dan O'Brien outside. Flood came off her knee, so it's not forward, that's okay. Dalton leaves it up for Lane. King, Wafer. Wafer with another good offload. It was unorthodox, but it worked. Maloney MacDonald with the handoff. Lane, O'Brien. O'Brien dips towards that backfield again, and they've given it back to Wales. Powell.
I wonder why you just wouldn't kick it out if you didn't want the ball. You know, not giving Wales a chance to attack. Maybe they're unsure of the clock.
Bevan. Good tackle by Jugang. Just clings onto her. Jude comes in and support. Still on the Welsh side though. Bevan. Now out to the wing, and Joyce. Good play between Joyce and her teammate. It's flinged back towards Joyce. I think it's Joyce who has it. Couldn't get past Dorothy Wall, not many can. Penalty Ireland.
Brilliant by Erin King. A lot of people might question how she can get low, that low to the ground and still get on the ball, but she is supporting her own body weight. You can see by her back leg, and they're having a question here now. Will they go down the line, or what will they do? Good, you love to see it.
O'Brien aiming to the corner and getting deep enough inside that 22. Well, I know you were thinking a couple of minutes ago, why kick it back, why not kick it dead? It may still work out for Ireland, that is.
Who am I, Oisín? Terrible coach, terrible decision, but...
I didn't say that.
No, look, I think you're waiting on a penalty or something to come with you there. But look, we know how dangerous this Irish maul is, so they were probably trying a chance to get after it and go at it.
Chute takes it, Ireland maul. Lane waits. Ireland inching forward. This is good from Ireland. The green wave going towards that try line. Maloney McDonald will place this one, and Lane may give to Wall. Hogan there as well. Wafer there as well, as always. It's a little slow in coming out, but now Lane does get her hands on it and gives to Wafer, who's already got one try here. Have Wales managed to grab that back? It's a real tussle. Release the ball as the shout. It's on the Irish side. Lane gives it Stewart, who spots a gap. Stewart, can she ground it? Wales keep her out, but it's still alive for Ireland.
And getting into
Higgins
shape.
waiting. Wafer there as well. Ireland have a go. The ball has disappeared. We know it's there somewhere, but is there a try there for Ireland? Now it's reappeared. They go again, just short of the line. Here's Hogan, brilliant. Hogan tucks it down, anticipated it well, and scores Ireland's third try.
Yeah, and I'd imagine they were in the training ground all week working on that in the back of last week. Brittany Hogan delighted in her home ground of Ulster to get that try, but it was well worked, and there was such patience between the forwards to get that in there.
Her fifth try for Ireland gives Ireland a 10-point lead, and probably more to come, because O'Brien is lining up the conversion pretty much under the sticks.
Yeah,
simple but
spot.
brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant spot, but it's the patience they didn't have against France in that first half. You've seen it there a couple of times with those big drive overs.
What have you made of the first half? Ireland leading by 12.
Yeah, they're well worth their win by 12. Probably a couple of sloppy moments, turnovers, but they'll be happy with how they've come back from that. And as I said, stuff that they would have worked on all week from last week is paying dividends in those close areas.
What about Wales? What will they take from this first half? What will they look to work on for the second half?
I think in the second half we might see something different. Oisín, they seem to be giving Ireland the ball back a lot. If you're 12 points down, you can't keep kicking the ball away. You've got to try and attack and pull the trigger. So I'd imagine in that second half we might see something different, or maybe even a few more contestable kicks.
Ireland leading by 19 points to 7 at the break here in the sunshine of Belfast. Right now it's time for analysis.
Thank you very much indeed, Oisín and Fiona. Delighted to say, joining me once again, former Ireland international Eliza Downey pitchside alongside current Ireland international Adele McMahon. What a dramatic finish to the half, Adele. I am sure Scott Beeman will be delighted that there are more points on the board going in at half time.
Yeah, massively. I think there was a fight to the end for either team to get a register just going into the half. But it's probably a bit of a reflection of where the territory is at the moment. I think Wales deservedly have a try. Ireland were deservedly on 3. I think they were unlucky just maybe about the 10-minute patch before that break not to come away with another. So confidence going into the second half.
Eliza, we discussed at half-time against France how the margin should have been higher. It is bigger here and higher here. How much confidence, as Adele says, does that give going into the second half now?
Yeah, I think that there's a good platform to work on. I think both teams will be happy with how they perform. There's different areas to develop. There's not much in it, Nicola, and it's exciting, and we've got to this stage of the competition and both teams are performing and have learned a lot about each other.
Adele, let's take a look at Ireland's first try that did get us underway here at the Avidaea Stadium. It was Aoife Wafer, of course, who scored it. You were impressed with this one, though. A move straight off the training ground? Yeah,
it looks like everyone's in position. Clean Maloney steps up as a receiver, and you can just see here Stacey Flood is trailing on it inside. Works it really lovely, and there's no stopping Aoife Wafer when she gets on that ball. She does it time and time again for Quins over in the Premiership, and here she just shows her power and she gets over the line. So that's definitely one off the training park. We saw something similar against France, and this one's gone over the line.
We talk about her so much, Eliza, but just how good is Aoife Wafer?
I'm so glad to see her confident and strong and being physical, and that aggression that we know all too well of her performances, and we've seen it today with an assist, a try. She's in the thick of the action.
She absolutely is, and we talked about getting off to a fast start. We know that Wales were looking pretty threatening, Adele, when they came out, but to get that first try, obviously it's such a big boost.
Yeah, I think both teams in the Six Nations have shown that they're very fast starting that first 20. Ireland probably dipping into the first half, and Wales massively getting points on the board early and fast. They did against us last year. They did it against France in the Six Nations. So they've set the tone there. It's just who can sustain that pressure now. Ireland are building into this campaign, building into this half. Who comes out firing now at second half?
Eliza, Wales did respond straight away, though, to their credit. We'll have a look now at their try. It was Georgia Evans, but it was really all about Iono.
Iono, honestly, like they talk about her being this rising star coming through. She's so young, she's strong, she's physical. She can read the game really well, her game IQ. Obviously, they've worked well. Their expansive play has been so strong, and we've seen that in the first half. How they're working the ball, how they're playing off each other, how they're using that space. Ultimately, we were talking about Georgia Evans just as the game went on. She brings a physicality and a structure to this team, and I thought there was going to be a try in it for her in this game, and it came early on, and it's just what Wales needed just at that moment to take the wind out of Ireland's sails.
Adele, you talked about their confidence. We can see this here, their confidence and how they're not afraid to attack.
No, Ireland have very much fronted up, but so have Wales. I think Eve Dalton does an excellent job here shutting down Cecilia. Like man for man, I think Dalto has done an amazing job, but this is where the cutes come in, this is where the smarts come in, or George Evans, and just that, I suppose, Erin King finish that we saw against England, she dotted down just behind the post, and it's smart rugby.
Yeah, absolutely, very smart. And at this stage, you're kind of thinking, it's anyone's game, Eliza. Really, that's what we were thinking.
Yeah, I've said it already. There's not much in this. We've seen it. Wales with that performance against England, we got a taste of what they could do. Their set piece, their line out under a high ball, their defence against Ireland, they're absorbing an awful lot of pressure. And as Adele said, which team ends this game strong and well, and will fitness play a part in it?
Yeah, good time to score for Ireland next then, Adele, just before the half-hour mark. It was Beaving Parsons, a lovely offload from Aoife Wafer. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, I think identified Aoife Wafer against Italy, liked to pick down the blind. You can see here Wales have actually marked that with two players knowing that threat, and that's why I think the skill alone, the hand-off, the offload, and then Beaving Parsons with any bit of space, she's just electric. She gets the stands going and she knows her way to the try line. A great piece of work. Yeah,
I'm sure her eyes lit up, Eliza Beaving, at this point.
Oh, I just love to watch this all day, every day. I love to see her just shooting down that wing. She's strong, and she is like the Ronaldo of this team. People in the stands want to see her perform. They want to see her score. It's just electric, and I want to see more for her in this second half.
Pretty high praise, Adele, the Ronaldo of this team. Would you agree?
She's very humble, very humble person, but I'm not sure she would compare herself. But she does due credit. She's been electric this Six Nations.
Yeah, she's absolutely brilliant, as you say, an absolute joy to watch. And if the half-hour mark is a good time to score, just before going in at half-time is another pretty good time to score. It was Brittany Hogan with that try, as we said, just before the break. And what a dramatic build-up, Eliza. It was quite high drama.
Yeah, well, Brittany Hogan loves to score tries in Belfast, so we want more of those, please. But yeah, we saw it. We were able to keep possession here and work together. And I think there's this piece. Wales have absorbed an awful lot of pressure from Ireland, but Ireland have been able to just be patient and go through the stages and play off each other. And I think the communication, we can hear it at the side of the pitch here. They're working really well off each other, and they're seeing space, and they just kept it going. We actually thought they had dotted over the line before Brittany got that ball down earlier, but again, patience, discipline, sticking to the plan, and Brittany just saw that little opening coming up into the corner, and she just dotted down, and it was easy enough in the end.
Even just before this passage of play, Ireland had conceded probably 3 or 4 penalties in a row, so to turn that momentum, being down in their own sticks, to in the corner and scoring a try just before half is a real positive thing to see switch in this Irish team.
Yeah, and as Eliza says, Adele, Brittany loves a try in Belfast, and no doubt she will have also lapped that one up, will she?
Oh, she lights up when it comes to this pitch. I think any time I played with her, she really, last year against France, Australia over the summer, she's winning player of the match appearances against Scotland when we're here too. She's very underrated player. In my eyes, she does a lot of hard work. She's a great ball carrier. She's relentless in her maul setups, and I think sometimes her work rate goes unnoticed, but certainly her teammates definitely notice. Yeah.
She does kind of fly a bit below the radar, doesn't she?
Yeah, but her stats are always up there, and her communication, how she sets up in a maul, I'm always very impressed with. When it's going forwards, because Brittany's right at the front of it.
Well, we can now hear from Brittany herself. She was the guest on the latest episode of the Ireland Rugby Social Podcast with Gavin Andrews and Lindsay Peat. And she started the chat with the pair of them, talking about her memories of the World Rugby 7 Series in Dubai back in 2018.
I went to Dubai. My mum and dad flew over because they always said that they'd go to my first World Series, and my first game came off the bench was against Black Ferns. I was like, of course, there we go. Wow. So I was a forward in sevens, and I was locking down for a scrum, and Ruby Tui, Sarah Goss at the time, and Portia Women stand in front of me. I was like,
how did you not lose your life? Because I would have been like, would you just sign my jersey before we go into the scrum?
Like, oh, it was so surreal. But I think
didn't trash talk them or anything, no?
No, dude, are you kidding me? But I actually scored in that game, so my mum and dad never let me forget it. Was everywhere, and yeah, that was my first stint on the series, and I always remember.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, did you instantly just love it, the atmosphere and everything that goes with it?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Like I came from the 15s game, and for me to be contracted, I had to go into the sevens side. But the quality of the games and stuff at that time, and the crowds that were there, and traveling all around the world, it was a very, very cool 4 or 5 years of my life. So it was class.
Well, imagine going from, no offence, to Corinthians, and then all of a sudden you're in Dubai.
I know.
And you're against the calibre of player knocking into the scrum for your first match.
Apologies to our friends at Corinthians.
Yeah, no offence, Corinthians, but the seventh circuit is kind of nearly like Mardi Gras for rugby. Let's be honest. So that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you know? Could you actually take all that in? How enormous or what a privilege this was for you at such a young age? Or can you even remember how you felt?
I just I wasn't even nervous with the crowd or anything. It just felt like. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't really remember. I think I felt a little bit more either nervous or excited because my parents were there.
Yeah, what fantastic memories, and as always to have the family there even more special. Now let's take a quick look at the other results today. We've England 61, Italy 33, France 69, Scotland 28, and of course at half-time here in Belfast, Ireland 19, Wales 7. Eliza, Adele, looking at the results and how the table will stand after that. We're back to England and France, aren't we, Adele? It's going to be a big day on the last day of the campaign. A shootout between England and France.
Yeah, we're back here again at the finale of an England-France, but it's very interesting to see their Italy registering 33 points against an England team. Again, is this a reflection of a rotation in John Mitchell's team, and will we see a very different outfit when it comes to the France match? I suppose traditionally we've always seen England's strongest side for that France game, and similarly with France. Will they start fast? That's the question.
That is the question, Eliza. England, I mean, they dominate this tournament. They've won the last 7. 2018, the last time France came out on top. Can they do it?
Yeah, well, that is just that Italy-England result there sort of blowing me away a little bit. It's opened up. Look where we're at here with Wales at the moment. England-France, yeah, it's frustrating that we're still back to just the England-France conversation, but I don't know, the consistency of France for that full 80 minutes is going to be the big question. This Meg Jones captain-led England team can be very destructive when they get everything connected, but they need to play at their best.
Yeah. Adele, we've talked a lot about this Ireland side breaking into the top 4. I'm sure it's something now that the likes of Wales look at as well. Do you think, looking at certainly today's game and beyond in this campaign, that we will see that happen?
Yeah, I think Ireland are the team that, the Italies, the Wales, Scotlands will want to take a scalp at, because maybe they're the next closest. Ireland probably need to pull away in the next 20 minutes to really show their class. Are they those top 4 that are leaving teams in the second half? Can they get more points on the board? Can they keep teams away from getting try bonus points? Because that's what the Englands and the Frances of the world are doing to those second tier.
Eliza, it does feel, is it fair to say, a lot closer now that the kind of top 4 teams, the gap isn't as big as it was? Is that fair?
Yeah, it is fair to say every team is improving. Ireland have improved greatly over the last few seasons, but every team is improving at the same rate. So we're at this stage where we're actually thinking about where are they in these big games, how do they show up, the consistency, the fitness, the tactical awareness, the set piece. And today, in the second half moving into it, we need to see consistency from some of that set piece from Ireland.
Yeah, things moving very positively indeed. Well, it is now time to pass back to our commentary team as the teams come back out onto the pitch. Fiona Hayes is alongside Oisin Langan.
Thank you very much, Nicola. The sun's still out, Ireland out, Wales out. Here we go for the second half. Ireland looking for a second win of the Six Nations tournament for this year. Their aim is 3. They did want to beat France and England as well, obviously, but they knew realistically 3 was an achievable target. For Wales, they have performed well in their previous 3. They haven't managed to get a victory. They would have targeted this, but they're 12 down going into the second half, Fiona.
Yeah, look, like Ireland have been clinical when they've been close to the line. I think Wales will look at a couple of missed opportunities where they've turned over the ball and even given Ireland, I suppose, territory from penalties that they've given away inside in their own half. So they look to clean that up and really try and attack in this second half.
Evans let it slip through her hands. Well, maybe she heard a call. Either way, Dalton is the one who secures the possession. Maloney MacDonald. An unusual style pass comes to Brittany Hogan, who scored the 3rd try. Ireland, of course, just 1 short of a bonus point at the moment.
Yeah, Ireland trying to get quicker ball. You can see what Wales are doing. They're inside trying to slow it down. They know Ireland can be lethal, but they're definitely getting in there and putting their hands and slowing it down legally, obviously.
Parsons went into contact, didn't get turned over. O'Brien. Lane. Perry. Perry, who of course qualifies for Ireland, had featured for England in the past. Lane switches the angle to King. Flood outside. Aoife Wafer, who can burst like a winger. And that's taken by Parsons. Back inside by Ireland. Maloney MacDonald. Good ball to Perry. The offloading game is strong today. And it's a penalty to Wales. And a little bit of afters.
I think that's where the referee might have given the penalty. I'm not sure it was the breakdown there. She seems to be up further, so she spoke to Maloney MacDonald there and is pushing everyone away to have a word. They know each other well from the PWR as well. 2 feisty players, and the referee's laying down the law.
Here we go.
Yeah, there must have been something off the ball there, because the penalty, if it was the breakdown, would have been up much further for Wales.
George. Wales looking for a positive start to the second half.
I think Evans took clean off the ball, and the referee obviously didn't like the retaliation there. Nothing worse than someone laughing in your face like that. You can see she's getting very wound up. Georgia Evans is doing her job well.
Maloney MacDonald is once again going to be spoken to by the referee.
Yeah, I think they're going to the TMO to have a look at this. Was there any contact at all?
And everyone in the stadium can see this because it's on the big screen. That's what the ref is looking at. A feisty start to the second half.
Yeah, it's a bit slow coming up here. You can see the referee's looking at herself in the screen.
It's on the way. Here we go. Now she said 2 green, so watch Cleena Maloney McDonald there. Oh, it's a little kick out there at Georgia Evans. It's not the most vicious thing in the world, but
yeah, and that's what the referee's given the penalty for, because she's looking at it. So if she's not given a card for the penalty, I don't understand why the TMO would come in.
Yeah, that's the reaction you heard there on the screen.
Yeah, you'd imagine that she'll have to give a yellow, but I can't understand why she can't see that immediately. She's looking here. Five, 6 times. I think this is going to be the same outcome, but I suppose it's decision making the chat.
Here we go.
Come back to me. Number 2. It's yellow card.
So a blow for Ireland at the start of the second half.
Stay on the
Maloney McDonald will get 10 minutes in the bin. It is just yellow, by the way.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you could see George Evans was holding on to the leg, but that happens all the time. It's your action has to be, you can't do the strike like that. There are other ways around it. I won't go into detail on that, but certainly a strike to someone holding your leg, the referee and TMO is going to come in on that.
Wales have the possession and the numerical advantage. And Ireland get the penalty.
That's a bad error. Very rarely called as well, on because it was Wales line out, but the back line weren't back 10. Bryony King is looking at the girls saying, we've got to be better in that area.
And Ireland will get the chance to get some relief and clear their lines.
Yeah, you wonder, will they bring on Niamh Jones, who's on the bench, or will it looks like Brittany might be going over for an odd shot, the number 6, throwing the ball in. Love to see it.
Brittany Hogan will fill in. Gets a few words from Perry.
Well, we know Perry's not telling her to back of the line out anyway.
Hogan comes to Jugang, not straight.
It was quite off.
Yeah.
I think you're being nice there, Oisin.
Yeah. Slightly off.
Yeah, I think she was probably throwing it with a view of maybe Wales not going up, then it doesn't matter, but Wales clever enough to get someone in the air, whether they'd read where it was going or not. They'll have to make a change now, especially at scrum time, so we'll see.
Yeah, all the scrum is
Brittany
on the
probably
ground,
knew it might have been her that'd be taken off, so she
high
was saying, give me a
keep
crack.
the space first, okay? Yeah. Oh, good, thank you. 11.
Robin O'Connor.
Robin!
And Niamh Jones will come in.
Interesting. Robin be giving out about them forwards, pulling her off for 10 minutes, and she was going so well.
And Niamh Jones on home ground. This is one of the fantastic things about the home games being spread around the country. Each of the players get to play close to home.
Yeah, dominant scrum here by Wales. The referee's given advantage. And they're moving it out the back. King is on the ball. Great leg driving carry.
A stop-start second half so far. Was that fumble forward?
Yeah, And they're lucky, Ireland's defence are lucky. I think they'd overfolded. We saw it was Dana just out there. They'll go back for that penalty, but certainly I think they were in trouble on that blind side, which Bevan was trying to do. You could see she saw it herself, was trying to get there quickly. She's frustrated with that.
Very frustrated. George. Well, that tells a story, doesn't it? 6 handling errors from Wales. Ireland have been far from flawless, but you wonder if they could just cut those down.
And the dominance in that last scrum as well. You can see the importance of, you know, Clean Maloney MacDonald at scrum time. I've always said it, I played with her myself. You know, a lot of people don't think the hookers are involved much at scrum time other than hooking the ball, but she's certainly an anchor and she makes a huge difference when she's not there.
Well taken by Lewis, the captain. Wales roll towards that 22 and get inside it. Bevan to the centre, and it's well handled by Keats. Wales for the moment keeping it tight, but there's obviously a bit of space there with Ireland down to 14. Why change what's working though? Bevan handle well. George trucking it up the middle there.
Blind side, they know Robin O'Connor's missing there, so they're going to try and spark there quickly.
Delavala got onto it there, but again they just couldn't get it into space. Bevan, plenty of air on that one, well taken by Jones.
Brilliant
Ireland
tackle.
get up in defence.
Big tackle by Linda Zhugang there, they were in trouble.
It's a good carry. Evans, Wales' try scorer in the first half, and Ireland get the penalty. That's a big win for them.
Aoife Wafer, love it. She's shouting for that one. You know, you can have your big moments in your carries, but as a back rower to get that turnover, it means a lot to her. And you can see Ireland were under pressure, the gain line Wales were getting with those big carries, but she stayed in that backfield and looked for that chance to have a poach.
It's a very satisfying thud off the ball when it meets O'Brien's boot, isn't it?
Yeah, she's a very good striker, the ball. We've seen it, especially off the tee, but from hand as well. And her spiral kick, we haven't seen much of it today. She's a very, very good spiral kick. But look at Wafer's technique here. 3 players who pull out, even coming in here, and she still wasn't removed from the ball.
Jones lining it up. Goes over the hands of Wall, and it's stolen back by Kelsey Jones. Wales try and get it wide quickly. Powell, Joyce, and she's tackled into touch. Great work there by Dalton.
Aoife Dalton again, I spoke about her defensively, so strong. Flood stepped in, just got caught on that outside, but that's what Jazz Joyce can do. Her footwork, her ability to take you on that outside channel, and Dalton on that scramble coming up and absolutely smashing her into touch.
And as you said, first name on the team sheet, Aoife Dalton. Her birthday was actually last Sunday, so a belated happy birthday to her. Off the top by Ireland, Lane gives to O'Brien. O'Brien passes. That's Aoife Wafer, who's through. Aoife Wafer has a runner in her shoulder, gives it. That's Higgins. Can Higgins get away? Higgins has got gas, we know that. She might need support as well. What a burst by Wafer, carried on by Higgins. King gets in there, and Ireland get the penalty under the sticks.
Yeah, after giving a penalty here, you have to wonder is a yellow card, because it was a quick line break. Ireland were trying to get going, and I think Jazz Joyce pretending it's her penalty on her side. Has to be a yellow card in that situation.
Joyce gets the yellow card. 14 on 14. Now what do Ireland do? Did they take the 3 here? No, you'd have a cut.
Yeah, I think they'll have a shot. Look, we know they can put it away, but you're looking for that bonus point try. I think they had a nice line break, the packer ready to go, and they'll have a quick tap up their sleeve. They'll have something special. Whether it works out now is different, but they will have practiced something.
Wafer really pinned the ears back. Lane carried well by Perry. Lane Lane goes left. Ireland trying weave through Hogan, who's already got one try today. Hogan's still with it. Gets support from Wafer. Perry there as well, as is King. Wales do well in defence.
Yeah, well done Wales, really good. Surrounded the ball, stopped it coming back, but you almost felt Brittany Hogan, she'd made that line break, carried a little bit high. She had a chance to go to ground, but tried to get another couple of metres, which sometimes doesn't always work out. And they couldn't get that recycle, but Wales targeted the ball really well done, and they'll be happy as well with their defence here. And unbelievable line break by Wafer. You can see Higgins on her outside looking for it, but just a head down. She knew she was there and tried to draw as many defenders to her as she could. Higgins' footwork as well here. You can see Jazz Joyce, she just gets on the wrong side and slows everything down, which is unfortunate really, because I do believe the captain herself was in on the ball, and if Joyce wasn't on the wrong side, I think it could have been an unbelievable turnover for Wales.
So Wales will put into the scrum.
Ireland have to lock this down now. The last time they were too loose, they were absolutely blissed, I think, on that loose head side by Wales, and they're targeting the hooker as well. They're really going after Niamh Jones. But better by Ireland. Just need to hold the shove.
King carries. Advantage Green. Still we play on.
Yeah, it's an unusual one when a scrum whips around that quickly. It's generally not legal, but she's after making a call on it, and King got that up and go around that blind side as well.
George.
We'll see it clearly here. Yeah, I think there was a wheeling from the other side of the scrum, but look, when you get those penalties, you take them as well.
And 3, Sun, 51 Sun.
Jones, well taken by Lewis. George. Ireland had filled the backfield and will run it back. Flood bringing it up to that 10-metre line. Lane, O'Brien, Higgins, Dalton. Well, there can't have been much in that.
From this angle, we're standing right by it. It didn't look like it was forward, it was perfectly flat, but the referee or the touch judge obviously deemed that to be that way. But certainly from here, it didn't look that way.
And as you say, in our commentary position, we're right over this.
Yeah, that's crazy decision. I have to call it.
Fiona, don't hold back. Say what you're thinking.
I have to call that. That's just like, it's not even flat. It's gone behind her, two hands pointing back, and Dalton would have been away as well. But you wonder, will Wales target this scrum again and try and get themselves a penalty? They have been really good in the second half. They've come out with a view of going after the scrum and have come up trumps with two penalties in the area already.
Wales looking to give it socks. Bevan. Swept back by Keats. Kicked over the top by Evans. By George, I beg your pardon. Scrambling over to try and get there is Parsons, and she does. Parsons is always so calm with ball in hand.
Brilliant leg drive, and to stay on her feet as well till her support came, done really well.
And Ireland get the penalty.
You can see what Wales are trying to do. They know O'Connor's in the bin, so they do realise there's space in there. And Ireland just have I think it was maybe Parsons in the backfield. They brought Stacey Flood up into that front line of defence, but unfortunately it goes to Parson, her footwork, she waits for that, and I think it was Della Valle that comes in and maybe gets that steal without it being legal.
And Ireland are back up to the full complement.
Yeah, I think it's Niamh Jones is staying on, which is good. We get Robin O'Connor back on that wing.
Taken well by King, down to Lane, Higgins, Wafer. Good tackle by George. Dorothy Wall knocks them over. An advantage coming to Ireland. Lane, and now the penalty. Wales not rolling away on the double.
I think Sione there just unfortunately gets caught on the wrong side. Ireland are trying to play quick ball, so Hannah Lane, being the good 9 that she is telling the referee exactly that, which she'll have to give a penalty if you can't get that ball out.
Maloney MacDonald, who will be energised and determined, having spent 10 minutes in the bin.
Oh, I thought they kept Niamh Jones on. That's fair enough. Yeah, it's good to see her.
Well, it was hard to see her on that far side. The sun is right in her eyes here. That's a good complaint. Wafer, Higgins. I think Ireland might have got away with the forward pass there. They'll say it's karma. Here's Hogan.
That was definitely forward, but look.
Lane, Dalton. Flood has found Robin O'Connor. We know what she can do. Lane, King. Lane, Perry. Hogan was on her shoulder, but she was swallowed up. She has recycled though. Lane. Flood went outside. O'Connor again. O'Connor. Lane. Jewett.
Great clean out by Darty Wall.
Perry. Lane, Ireland building. Dalton. Good tackle by George, but it's Jugang who picks it up. Jugang charging towards that line. Ireland inches short of the bonus try. And it's a try. Wafer again. A game of inches. A wafer thin margin, if you will. And it's Aoife who gets the 4th try for Ireland, her 2nd of the game.
Yeah, superb by the pack there. Linda Jugang with a big carry beforehand. Fiona Chewd as well in there. You could see, I spoke about it before half time, the composure when they get that 5 metres out. Jugang here almost got to the line. 3-4 Welsh players on her, but it's that leg drive and the quick recycle, clear out, and who other than Aoife Wafer through the middle of the ruck. Very hard to stop from that distance.
Well, when you see it from that behind angle, obviously it presents itself, but it all happened so quickly with the sun on her eyes and all that. We couldn't actually see her get over the line like that, but she anticipated it brilliantly, finished it excellently. Ireland, at this stage, you would say, looking good for the victory, and of course they have secured the bonus point.
Yeah, brilliant by Wafer, just that height. I spoke about it, they would have been frustrated with getting held up in the previous games, but they've certainly come out and they're getting the right people on the ball in those areas, getting those low ball carriers and the latches and the clear outs. Just before that, Darty Wall had an unbelievable clear out. Erin King is busy and Brittany Hogan as well is involved.
The Green Wave led by the Green Wafer. I'll stop that now.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that one.
You're kind of hoping she doesn't score a hat-trick now, aren't you? For that reason alone. Dan O'Brien.
That's a great exit by Dana. Just gets him up over the halfway line.
Well, Wales will possibly be wondering, if they hadn't made those handling errors, where would they be? Now, it was noted at the start of the game, they've got scoring power, got the bonus point against England. That's well taken by John, who's in for her 50th cap, by the way. She did lead the team out, which was a nice touch. And Wales looking to respond immediately. We know this team has fight. Try and move that ball quick. Cox brings it through, support coming from Evans.
That's a brilliant turnover by Cliona Maloney-MacDonald there.
And Ireland get the penalty. Maloney-MacDonald's great work, yielding its rewards. And she gets a pat on the head from Aoife Wafer and a high five from Fiona Jewett.
Yeah, that's what you want when you've been in the bin. You want to say to yourself, I've probably let him down, but it's a quick tap here.
Over the top, the kick goes. Takes the bounce but goes in rather than out. However, the Wade bounce kind of held Wales up. Powell collects. Parsons is saying that something illegal is going on.
I think Eve Higgins could have been on that ball there, but I think Wales done very well in the recycle. They did get back and get her off it.
Into the backfield it goes, and Wales kick it clear, but O'Brien is waiting. O'Brien, King. Parsons was too close to her there. Lane, O'Brien, Wafer. Lane, Wall, Dugang in support, goes back to O'Brien. O'Brien, oh, what a catch that is by George.
It's great positioning by George. She could see that the kick was coming and got herself right out into that 5-metre channel.
Here's Stacey Flood. Had O'Brien with her. Dalton there too. Ran into traffic. Lane. Lane in no rush. Cool and composed. It's exactly what you'd want your scrum half to be. Back to O'Brien, who shares similar traits. And bounces into the path of Powell, who counters. Powell finds a player in space. That's Stalavale. That's really good. Here's Cox. Hunting her down is Parsons. And not only does Parsons take the player, but she also knocks the ball out of her grasp. Knock on anyway. Great work by Parsons.
Yeah, she's just unbelievable. We know how electric her footwork is, but she's the speed here to get back. Brilliant spot out wide that there was space, but look at her run here. She just gets it to tackle and knocks the ball out of her hands.
The Ballina-Slow Express.
Kerry Cox will be frustrated with that. She could see the line ahead, but sometimes if the player is behind you, it's very, very hard to feel that or see that coming.
And there's a plethora of players coming in on both sides. Wall is heading off, Dugang is heading off, Perry is heading off. Wall has worked hard, as has Dugang, as has Perry. So coming in, and Maloney-MacDonald is heading off, Jewett is heading off.
Send Dugang back. She thought she was off. She's coming back. She's been told.
So there's the changes for Wales. Stacey Flood is also heading off.
I'm excited to see Niamh Gallagher play. She's someone I've watched since PWR, and she's getting her first cap here. I've seen her at 20s level, and she's just got this ability to tear defences apart.
That's fantastic to see an exciting talent like Niamh Gallagher come in to make her debut. Has impressed with the under-21s in recent weeks. Of course, they beat England, coached by the great Niamh Briggs. Lane, Parsons, Hogan. And there's confirmation of all the changes for Ireland. And they will all want to show something here. They will not want to let up. Ruth Campbell carrying there, because there's a game against Scotland to come. And while it's a big game anyway, the fact that it's on in the Aviva, the fact that there's already thousands upon thousands of tickets sold, that has given players, I'm sure, even more of an incentive to want to impress the coaches and be involved in that. That's fumbled by Joyce.
Yeah, Erin King likes that one, but unfortunately for Joy, she was off, and when you come back, sometimes you can just get caught cold like that. She'll be annoyed. She's so good in the backfield, and especially in that aerial battle, but it was a really good kick by Dana to try and get it into that space, and Joyce moving. Unfortunate for that knock on, but good chase by Higgins and Parsons as well. But yeah, Oisin, back to your point, I mean, I think there's over 25,000 tickets sold for that game in the Aviva. They're looking at maybe having a record of over 30,000, which would be unbelievable. But certainly, I think the way the modern game of rugby has gone, that, you know, benches are very, very important. Back in my day, I might have only got on for 2-3 minutes, but you can see the bench players can come on and make an impact. So they have a good 20 minutes here, some of them. Someone like Sam Monaghan would like to be starting. You can see it in her. Ruth Campbell, she's had a start as well, but there was a big huge cheer as well for Sive McGrath, Ulster, born and bred, coming on there, and herself and Niamh Jones would have played many a time in the front row, so it's great to see her on the pitch. She's an up-and-coming prop, and I love watching her carrying the ball as well as scrummaging.
Sive McGrath, born and raised Donegal, but heavily connected to County Clare. I met some of her cousins on the train to Northampton during the Rugby World Cup, and a prouder bunch you will not meet. Aoife Wafer, Dan O'Brien dipping it, just didn't give it enough. Easy to say from up here. Granted, taken by Powell. Powell cleared despite the attentions of Robin O'Connor.
Yeah, I'd like to see that ball going outside, Dan, as someone like Eve Higgins getting that kick and giving it to the 5 metre channel. I think Robin O'Connor has been in space. We saw Gallagher in space, but from that far in, she probably doesn't have that distance to hit the tram lines and really get a chase on. But look, it's a win from Ireland. They're on the 10 metre line, and if they can nail this line out, I'm sure they'll have an attack up the centre with Wafer and have a couple of options both sides then.
Niamh Jones. That's brilliantly taken by Sonny Bill Sam, as they call her, Sam Monaghan. Dan O'Brien. Dalton goes out wide. Well taken by Niamh Gallagher on her debut. Lost the ball in contact.
That's exactly what you need when you come in. You need to be hit and say, okay, this is senior international rugby. There was a hand in there, so Ireland get the scrum, but brilliant from Gallagher. You could see she was trying to get the space and just get her hands free, but she'll have to be a tiny bit quicker. That defence, Wales in particular, on those outside channels come up so fast. Her scramble is brilliant.
Niamh Gallagher on her debut, still only 20. In the squad today, the only one north of 30 in the starting team is Clean Maloney MacDonald. The only one north of 30 on the bench, Sam Monaghan.
It's interesting here to see the setup. You have Parsons in the boot behind Dana. They'll definitely be trying to get her involved, whether it's inside or outside Higgins. But certainly advantage here so they can have a crack.
Lane, well taken by Higgins. O'Brien swallowed up. Good tackling by Wales.
Yeah, well read by Wales. Really good read of defence.
They've turned it over. The advantage is being played anyway.
Yeah, I'd say Wales have seen that before. You could see they rushed up on Dana with Parsons trying to get to that outside shoulder of her, but there was no space to get that pass away.
O'Brien turning the screw on the Welsh, who have a final game to come against Italy. Italy, who were well beaten by Ireland in Galway, but still played some nice stuff on the day. They're capable of the spectacular.
Yeah, scoring 33 points against England is no easy feat, and you know we know their offloading game is superb, but I just thought how they stayed in the fight for the whole game. England scored a few early tries, but Italy kept hammering away at them and just trying different things. Even attacking from 5 metres out was always hard to defend.
Grace Moore comes in for Erin King. Niamh Jones at the memorial end. Sam Monaghan gets up and secures the possession. Ireland go to the ball, and why not? It's a good weapon. Jones has it tucked under the arm. Ireland drive, looking for try number 5.
Yeah, that's better by the referee. She's telling them to get out, and you can see Wales
They're through. Can they ground it? That's the question. Wales desperate to keep them up. It was some attempt by Wales, but they haven't managed to do it. It's a 5th try for Ireland. Who's coming up with the ball? Is it Sive McGrath?
It's Niamh Jones.
Niamh Jones. I knew it was an Ulster try scorer. It's Niamh Jones. Wonderful stuff.
I'm laughing because you can see Brittany going crazy. I'm not sure Wales were even near. Ireland just didn't know where the try line was. They were gone over about 6 or 7 metres, but Brittany showed them exactly where it was. She was shouting at them, but brilliant from them all. You can see it here. It just takes that slight turn up to the left. They keep going. Balls at the back. They're still going, but eventually she gets down. A little smile from Niamh Jones. She knew well.
And a huge cheer. I'm not sure if you could hear it at home, but when her name was shouted out on the PA there was a huge cheer. Niamh Jones, a homegrown try scorer here. Just didn't quite turn it in enough to Anna O'Brien. Won't make any great difference to the result.
No, it's good. It's good for the bench. I think they would have been disappointed last game when they came on against France. There probably wasn't that much of an impact, and it made a couple of missed tackles in there. So to come on straight away, get a try, and just really attack, it gives them, you know, that bit of grit, and that's what you want in the team. Your bench to come on and make those big impacts and make those big hits.
Well, it looked like she was fixing a contact lens there. I'm sure she won't mind doing that in the action of scoring a try. Aoife Wafer patting her on the head probably didn't help.
She'd probably blame that for not seeing the try line, going a little bit over it. It's always a good excuse.
That's true. Katie Whelan comes in, by the way, for Emily Lane. Oh.
Oh, they going to TMO, could be truck trailer thing that they're having a look at here.
What do you want to check?
There is a breakaway by Ireland. I will show you the actions.
So this is being shown on the big screen in the stadium. So have Ireland scored their 5th try? Now with their contacts fully fixed, Niamh Jones can see it on the big screen too.
Okay, Paulo, we are on the screen.
Yeah, I'd imagine the question is if they broke away, there might have been a truck trailer where it stopped Wales going, or is it the original maul? It's shifting up here on the right.
Here are the angles.
Yeah, it slightly detaches, but it would be very, very harsh. I think it's Linda's shoulder comes away and comes back on again.
Well, the officials over in the corner. You're watching the replay, we're seeing them over in the corner, having a look at the big screen. You're seeing what they're looking at, all right. This is what everyone in the stadium is looking at too.
Yeah, it's harsh because it is the same maul, but Linda Zhugang slightly detaches from Brittany and then hits her again. So you could argue she broke away from the maul and came back, but it's a slight detachment. Crazy from TMO to pick that up.
So now at the moment,
by the letter of the law,
the
she
green
probably
changed the line.
Yes.
So it's not the same mole, it's obstruction by 3 green.
Agree.
Green is.
Do you agree?
Agree.
So
said 3 green, but 3 green
I
was off the
overturn the
pitch.
decision. It's no try. It's
Linda
offside.
Zhugang
It's obstruction by 3 because it's not the same mole. You restart for PK on the 5.
There you go.
Sorry, number 3. Obstruction is not the same mole.
Just giving that obstruction or truck and trailer as we call it, but it's very, very slight.
They feel maybe this has given them a slight chance. Zhugang was heading off and then came back on. That's why I was caught by that, but yeah, it was Zhugang.
It's not a great exit there. It's only about 7-8 metres. But look, the wedge line out has been quite good, and you'd imagine there's space there in the middle that they'll attack that space with Sam Monaghan and be trying to get up and disrupt, which she did.
Brilliant from Sam Monaghan. Katie Whelan, not long on. Aoife Wafer sweeps back to Sam Monaghan, who's been really involved since coming in. Whelan, Zhugang, who, as we say, thought she was going off a few minutes ago. She was actually heading over to the line when she was told, no, your job is not done. Whelan, Higgins, O'Brien, Parsons, handing off and going. Parsons finding a way through. Great work from Ireland.
She could have got her hands free maybe to set O'Connor free, but done well to still recycle the ball.
Whelan, Hogan. Whelan waits and anticipates. Sive McGrath takes it well. Whelan.
Big injury out here to the right, but they might.
Wales have a player down. Grace Moore carries. Has support from Parsons. Dalton there too. Whelan. O'Brien. That Welsh player still getting treatment. Whelan. Sive McGrath. Whelan. Higgins. Dalton. Whelan. O'Brien. O'Brien out to Wafer on the wing.
Brilliant by Donna Rose. She jumped up to try and save Wales there defensively, in a bit of pain in her shoulder.
Fair play to her, brave stuff from the stricken Welsh player. Here's Katie Whelan. Bit of spin on that to Sam Monaghan. Whelan. Higgins. O'Brien. O'Brien finds Moore, but it just bounced awkwardly for Moore. Has that been kept in play? No, it hasn't.
You can see what Ireland are trying to do. We're space out wide, but I think when O'Brien kind of loops around to that side, she's not squaring up, so it's that side-on pass which can sometimes go behind players. Unlucky for Grace Moore there. You can see it's lovely out the back, but Dana's still sideways. She doesn't square up, and lovely flat pass, but unfortunately not the power to get as far as Grace Moore. But unlucky from Robin O'Connor. I think she could have kept it in. The crowd over on that side definitely feel like she did. Clear look here. Oh yeah, I think she hit it before touch hit the line, or foot hit the line, but look, you win some, you lose some.
That's Sam Monaghan speaking to the ref.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
I think they felt there might have been a clear leg lift. I'm not sure if it was on Ruth Campbell or Sam Monaghan, but they definitely went above that 90-degree angle. But the referee obviously doesn't feel like it was enough.
I can't restart at the moment, so okay, let's go.
Wales have collected bonus points so far in this competition, in this tournament, yet to get a win. If they can rally here maybe and take something out of the game, build a bit of confidence for that final game against Italy. But Ireland pressed them right back. It's still on the Welsh side, but they're on the back foot. Cleared by George.
What about that hit by Niamh Jones? That's what she gives you, her tackle technique. She gets in right underneath the ball and just drives that player back. She's not the biggest player in the world, but certainly tackle-wise, she's one of the best I've seen when she hits that shot.
Sive McGrath jogs over to give Niamh Jones the instruction. Well taken by Ruth Campbell. Ireland using that maul. Niamh Jones has the possession. Into the final 10. Whelan wants the ball. Presented to her by Jones. Higgins. Higgins' release. Whelan. Campbell. Whelan back to the narrow side and Hogan. Spilled out there. Whelan takes it.
There's a jersey gone and all. Wales are still fighting hard. Their jersey's on the ground.
O'Brien just directing the traffic. Grace Moore. Sam Monaghan. Whelan. O'Brien. O'Brien looking for Parsons. just a little bit too much, and now Ireland had to be careful. Parsons spilled it, but in fairness to her, regathers it. Joyce all over her with the tackle. Good stuff. Parsons does brilliantly to keep that in Ireland's possession. Whelan, Sive McGrath, short to Ruth Campbell. Moore spotted the gap and somehow slipped away from the Welsh player who had her hands on her legs, just got away from her there. Gallagher, Dugang. O'Brien chips it up. Ireland have secured the possession. That was a really good take, kept her eyes on the ball all the way. O'Brien tries to stab it through, came off the legs of, I think, Lewis. It's still in play somehow. This is really frantic. Stolen back and flung back by Bethan Lewis. And Wales just kick it down the park. And there's a foot race here because there was no one in the backfield. It will go into touch though, and that ends a really crazy sequence of play.
Yeah, Nikki Prothero was nearly getting through. Aoife Dalton making a beeline for that corner, but a lot of offloads, a lot of ball, and looking down, a lot of people with their hands on their legs, absolutely out of breath.
Maisie Davis gets the jersey back. So there's your player of the match contenders. I don't think there's a surprise that any of those four are in contention.
Yeah, Aoife
Wafer, yep.
Yeah, she's been outstanding, I think, again this week. It's just those big moments. She comes up with those moments, be it a huge hit, a big carry. When there's a little bit of a lull in a game, she seems to find a way to get her team to get over that gain line, and even a couple of turnovers in there as well. I think she's been on the money today, probably one of her better games.
Molly Reardon, as Wales look to get something in the second half. No points so far for Wales in the second half.
Sam Manning defensively has made a huge difference in that line out. She's getting up, she's getting her hand on the ball, and just the reads since that bench have come on have been big difference.
Whelan, O'Brien, and Ireland exit. But not very far.
No, not too far. You can see Linda Zhugang looking over at the bench. I think Eilish Cal is ready on one knee to come on, but they're still ticking. She's such an athlete, such a warrior. It's very unusual in today's modern game. 74 minutes in and your tight head is still going strong.
Eilish Cahill, who was the AIL Player of the Year last year. Wales inside that Ireland 22, battling hard, working hard. Bell gave it to Joyce. Bell.
Good hit, Sam Monaghan again. He's getting involved in everything.
Bell ran onto that one. Wales somehow keep it going. Georgia Evans. Bell. Reardon has support there from Joyce. She might try and sneak through here. Hogan makes a tackle and had to. Joyce wanted to get it going quickly. Still Wales going through the phases. Lockwood standing off. Lewis getting involved. Penalty Wales. No point in kicking this. They kind of have to run it.
Yeah, 4 minutes left. You know, if they can get 2 quick tries in succession, you're looking at getting a point out of the game. I think Ireland have defended them all really well today as well. They haven't, they kind of stay down a few times and have hit it with 4 across and just really stopped it at source. I think Wales will argue they came in the side a couple of times, but certainly it's worked out well for Ireland because that Welsh maul is lethal.
Fumble back to Reardon, more by accident than design. Lockwood passed it inside, trying to find a way through is George. Lockwood. Ireland making their tackles. Wales recycling. Going and going again. Carried by Joyce. Lockwood. It's really frantic down there. So intense. Jugang looks to get out of the way. Lockwood goes deep. George outside. Is there a way through? Not for Bell, not on this occasion. Here's Lockwood. Well taken by Joyce. Lockwood. Left behind by Rose. Taken up by Evans, who's played well. She's worked incredibly hard. Lockwood.
She's been everywhere today.
Yeah, she has. They try and kick it to the corner. Joyce is there. Jazz Joyce gets away from Parsons. Joyce, oh, what a try! That is not an easy finish, especially when a player of the strength and quality of Parsons is hanging off you, but Joyce somehow received it and got over the line and gets a try for Wales.
Yeah, excellently executed there by Clecky George. That kick was absolute perfection. I spoke about how quick Jazz Joyce is out in the wing, probably hasn't got the ball enough, but look at this. Clecky George just on the boot and it hangs perfectly for her, but Joyce still has to do some work. She gets the hand out, a little spin and turn. Parsons almost get her, but that reaches over the line. Brilliant by Jazz Joyce.
A wonderful try from Jazz Joyce. Can they take the extras out of it? Probably don't have enough time to get a bonus point out of this game, as in scoring another 2 tries, but no, she's unlucky.
Look at that again. It's just a perfectly weighted kick, and Jazz Joyce knew it. She held her ground out in those channels and done superbly to catch it. I think Linda Jugang is finally getting a rest as well.
A deserved rest. Aoife Wafer is your player of the match. No surprise. There was a few contenders, but she, as always, was head and shoulders above most.
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's those big moments. She knows how to come up with them. She gets herself involved in the nitty-gritty at those big carries and off the back of the scrum. But certainly I think there was a bit of a lull in that first half, and Ireland needed a big ball carry, needed a turnover, and she was the woman to do the job.
Eve Jones knocked down by Campbell. Whelan has to run after it, but got the possession. Here's Eve Higgins. Oh, that's a good slip through. That's a very good slip through. Eve Higgins, she's got Wafer on her shoulder. Higgins thought about offloading, but said, you know what, I'm better off hanging on to this. Probably the right call. Whelan. It was at the bootlaces of McGrath, but she showed great skills to secure that ball. Grace Moore, O'Brien, Parsons, it bounces her way. Parsons brings it into traffic. Evans made a good tackle there, a vital intervention. Whelan, Hogan, O'Brien. O'Brien slips it off to Dalton. Dalton trying to keep infield and keep her foot from crossing that line. Jones, Moore. Whelan, O'Brien is there as an option. She's got Dalton too, and Parsons. Dalton is hit and hit hard. That was Joyce. That was a good tackle.
That was an unbelievable hit by Jazz Joyce. Dalton getting the ball absolutely smashed.
Hogan, Whelan, Wafer, who wants that hat-trick. Wafer to Whelan, side McGrath. Clock in the red, possibly the last play. Ireland looking for try number 5, and they look determined. It's still alive. It's still there. They're keeping it tight for the moment. They try to slip through. Wales deny them. They try again. Ref having a good look. Campbell is there. Hogan is there.
Ireland have numbers out in that left-hand side, but I think the pack want to keep it in there.
And the try is given. Ireland get try number 5. They were not to be denied. And it's Hogan who's getting the congratulations on home ground. A second try for her, 5th for Ireland, and a good end to the match. A match they had already secured before that moment, but You'll never say no to another try.
Absolutely not, and the panel spoke about her at half-time about that hidden, dirty work that she does, and a lot of time doesn't get the plaudits, but coming up trumps there with a brilliantly executed pick and go on the side of a few. I said the backs were looking for it, but the pack in particular knew to keep it in, and they've scored quite a few from that range today. Brilliant height on Brittany.
Dan O'Brien ends on a high. Ireland beat Wales 33-12. Fiona, what did you make of that?
Yeah, it was a sluggish stop-start type of game, but I think Ireland would be really happy. One area in particular that impressed me was the bench that came on. Everyone came on and added something. You could see the tempo, the pace was mixed up. Wales were in the game, but certainly I think they'll look at their errors and probably be disappointed with how they turned over the ball. But you have to give credit to this Irish pack. You know, it wasn't easy for them, but they learned from their mistakes against France, and certainly those areas worked very well for them today.
What about Wales? What can they take from this? Obviously they'll be disappointed, but what can they take from it?
Yeah, look, they've scored a couple of good tries. We saw that one at the end by Jazz Joyce was unbelievable. I thought they were in the fight. Their defence was really good at times. They got some big turnovers, especially in that first half. But as the game went on and tired, you could see Ireland be a little bit more clinical. But I think Wales will be happy enough with the performance, but certainly it will be one that could have slipped away, because I almost felt like if they kept in the game a little bit longer, they would have put this Irish team under pressure.
Ireland get the win, Ireland get the bonus points. Ireland 33, Wales 12. Nicola, it's over to you.
Thank you very much indeed, Oisín. Thank you, Fiona. Adele, what a finish, what a win.
Yeah, I think Ireland proved in the second half. They went through a very rough patch. That first 20 with 2 yellow cards from each team, knock-ons, turnovers, but they came out fighting, and it was great to see Brittany Hogan dot down there towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely was. Eliza, the crowd have really enjoyed this performance. How did you see it?
Yeah, I'm delighted that we got across the line and we were convincing towards the end. We finished out a game really strong, really well, and Wales will probably be kicking themselves a little bit about chances that were missed.
Yeah. We've talked a lot, Adele, about Ireland being a 60-minute team at times, but this was a full rounded performance.
Yeah, Ireland are scoring every 20 minutes at least, so very consistent with their game, I suppose, in this fourth round of the tournament. Similarly with Wales, they're scoring in the first 20 and they're scoring in the last 20, and that's been kind of the theme of the Six Nations for them. So I guess it was a test of endurance and fitness and who could last the longest for the 80, and Ireland have proved that.
Yeah, they certainly have proved it, Eliza, and you know, as Adele says, just great to see such a strong performance across the 80 minutes and so many players playing a big part.
Yeah, Adele and I were talking about this just before we came on. We need to see that. We need to see the depth in the squad. We need to see the impact from the bench coming on and younger players stepping up and taking accountability, and we saw that today.
That's something Scott talked about midweek, Adele, in terms of the young players coming through. There's been some big wins for the under-21s, the under-18s. As Eliza said, players coming off the bench here today. All very positive signs.
Yeah, massive. A shout out to Niamh Gallagher getting her first cap at fullback, and she also lined out against Italy in the 20s just a couple of weeks ago. So that fresh young blood and talent coming through is very exciting for this squad, and there's still very young girls in key positions like the Dan O'Briens, the Aoife Daltons, who are still very young in the squad, and marshalling the troops.
What's it like putting that jersey on for the first time?
It's very surreal because there's a lot of hard work, a lot of grit to lead up to that point, and for some players they may be sitting, look at Katie Whelan, she's on a 4 cap now, and she knows herself the resilience that she's put in to get that. She's been involved in 3 or 4 campaigns where she's coming as a travelling reserve, and she's worked hard to get that cap, so it's an unbelievable amount of pride for yourself and your people that you've represented to get there.
Eliza, what will have pleased Scott beaming most about today? Will it be the fact that that was a full, complete performance right to Brittany's try at the end? What do you think he'll feel about it?
I think there's a lot for him to take away from it. I think certain players stepping up the consistency of play, some of that set piece. Obviously there's lots to work on, as there always is. Impact from subs coming on after he took a bit of heat for that in a couple of the games, and actually finishing out a game well and strong and convincingly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, as I say, great signs, and with a massive game in Dublin ahead next weekend. Adele, it just really just gets that excitement, the momentum going. You know, it's just a great time for this Green Wave.
Hugely. I think if anyone's watching these girls in the last 4 games, they should be excited to follow this team. Performances, raw, passion, and to be consistently improving. Like, it's a story to get behind, and they're proving to the world out there that their trajectory is endless, that their support is required, and everyone in Ireland should be getting tickets to the game next weekend, because it's not just a fixture, it's a movement for the girls in this country, and I think this Irish team are really driving that on.
No doubt about it, no doubt about it. Eliza, we talked earlier about this campaign and finishing on a high and finishing positively, and just how important that is. Well, this is a sure sign that it's going to be hopefully a good finish.
Yeah, like, this competition is getting more and more competitive every season, and we can see that with the results today. I think this Ireland team are building. I love that. I got chills when Adele talked about it's more than a team and a competition, it's a movement, and that's what we need to see. We need to see people getting behind them and buying in and being an Ireland women's rugby fan and showing up. And the atmosphere here today was amazing, but that game in the Aviva, we want to get bums and seats.
And Wales, you know, we have to mention how good they were. You know, some incredible attacking play. They absorbed some pressure really well as well.
Honestly, the consistency of this Welsh team, Adele has all the stats, she's nerded out on that. This piece, Bethan Lewis today, amazing work rate. Jazz Joyce at the end there, she'd been quiet, a couple of mistakes, pops up and has a try towards the end. The expansive game that they're playing, this Wales team, I think 2 to 3 seasons from now, we're going to see a completely different version of them.
Adele, do you see kind of comparisons as to the journey Wales are now on and the journey Ireland have been on?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like, Wales' last registered win was against Australia this time last year. They're fighting for a win, but Sean Lynn is a man that knows culture. He's very familiar with the women's rugby three-peat in Gloucester, so he's a man with experience, and I know the girls have a lot of buy-in, and that's crucial for the start-up of a new generation of a team. Getting culture right, getting players buying into the coach, the head coach, and what it is they want to set out to achieve. And I think Sean Lynn is the man for it. He's a very proud Welshman as well. And I think already this Six Nations, we've seen a different side of this Wales.
Well, a good time, I think, to hear from the Wales captain, who's alongside Oisín.
Bethan Lewis, Wales captain. Hard luck today. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, like, Ireland, we knew they were going to be physical, especially here in Belfast. They're going to be a physical side. I do think we brought it to them physically. We probably just need to be a bit more clinical in certain areas, keeping the ball and managing the game better, especially the end of that first half, conceding just before half-time. But yeah.
Is that frustrating, the fact that Ireland were good, there's no doubt about that, but ye had a lot of handling errors, and if you sharpened those up, this game could have been a lot closer?
100%. It's definitely small margins, and the good thing for us is it's within our control, and if we tighten up on them, I think we can really challenge teams, but we can't let teams off that easy.
You never stop fighting, you never stop working. That's a really good trait of any team.
Yeah, we speak loads about being a Welsh warrior, and I have no doubt every person out there, the Welsh jersey, was a Welsh warrior today. We just got to tighten up those skills, but I'm really proud of the effort the girls put in.
Hard luck, Bethan. Nicola, back to you.
Thank you very much, Oisín. Now let's take a look back at some of the best moments of the game. We talked about her first half, Adele. We talked about what a big player she is, Eva Wafer. 2 tries, some incredible play. Talk us through just how impressive she was and how influential she was in this win.
I think Wafer, particularly in this game, showed her like a full skill set. She's carrying, she's getting points on board, she's having line breaks, defensive turnovers and try assists. Like, this is a rounded performance from Wafer, and I think as each game has gone on in the Six Nations, I think she's really building into each game. Italy stood out, Wales stood out, or France stood out, Wales again. She's just, every game she's stepping up, and this offload, her offload ability to get Parsons away off the scrum, her offload here to see the speedster that is Eve Higgins, to again, she's probably the best person on ball to finish this try. Been very impressed with her.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just the Ireland camp talking about her, Eliza. Everyone's talking about Aoife Wafer.
Yeah, and I think that breakthrough year that she had and the injuries and her story and the momentum of her career so far. We saw her against England at the start of this competition, and people are like, oh, you know, is she going to have her confidence back? Is she going to build momentum? We've seen it today. We've got to this part of the competition. Adele has said that she has started to consistently perform that full skill set that she has. She is so exciting, and definitely British and Irish Lions knocking on the door.
100%. I think that's definitely fair comment, Eliza. Now I think we can hand back to Oisín, who is alongside the Ireland captain, Erin Keane.
Erin, congratulations, not just a win but also a bonus point.
Yeah, I'm delighted with that. I think we placed a big emphasis on winning in front of our home crowd, and yeah, I'm unbelievably proud of the girls. They put in some shift, 1 to 23. That when the subs came on, the impact that they brought, they kept that energy going. So yeah, really proud of the squad.
I was just speaking to Beth Ann Lewis, the Wales captain, and she said Ireland were very physical today. Is that something you concentrated on, talked about ahead of this game, wanted to get right?
Yeah, I think in that first half, to be fair to Wales, they really brought it to us physicality-wise, and going in at half-time, we really wanted to raise that. We talked about it during the week, how physical Wales are and how we wanted to level up on our physicality and, you know, one-up them on that. But yeah, they really stuck it to us in that first half especially. So yeah, it was a great physical battle.
You really had a cut today. There was offloading, there was running, there was exciting stuff. Like, you earned the right to play, and boy did you.
Yeah, I think we love our kicking game, but also we love to play, and at the end of the day, that's why we do it. We enjoy it. We love to play that eyes up rugby. So yeah, it's great that we've showed what we're doing in training and what we're capable of.
It's the Aviva next in a clash against Scotland. I'm sure you want to see a big crowd at that game. There's already a lot of tickets sold.
Yeah, I think we've set it out publicly. We want to get 3 home wins, and to finish in the Aviva for the first playing our first game in the Aviva is such an exciting opportunity. And I think to go and win it is, we'd be lying if we said we weren't set out for that.
Erin King, Ireland captain, well done today. Congratulations. Nicola, back to you.
Thank you, Oisín. Yes, all smiles from Erin Keane, and rightly so. We'll just take a very quick look at the table. As we mentioned earlier, England and France, a big showdown next weekend for the championship title. And yeah, what a Six Nations it has been for both teams. Now back to Ireland and another influential player. I think, Eliza, you have coin to the Ronaldo, but actually we're going to hold off on that because we do have someone we've just talked about. Aoife Wafer is with Oisín.
Aoife Wafer, player of the match, 2 tries and a win for Ireland along with a bonus point. That's a good day's work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not half bad, is it? We knew Wales would come out firing. They obviously put it up to a big English team as well there 2 weeks ago, and we knew that their maul game was strong, their pick and go game was strong, and then they have the backs to back it up as well. So there was a lot to be stopping there, and fair dues to them. They really put it up to us in the first half. We weren't entirely happy with our first half. We spoke about levelling up from our French game, and we didn't necessarily do it in the first half, but we chased it again in the second half. We spoke about fast starts, and we got that in the second half. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be proud of today.
Talk me through your tries, both really well taken.
Yeah, well, I think pick and goes, I think our full squad effort, to be honest, because it takes a lot to get into that 5 metres, and it's something that we've really worked on. So yeah, we talk about being clinical, and I thought we were that today. So yeah.
Talk to me about the approach of this team, because you were 12-7 up with the clock in the red at the end of the first half, and it would have been easy to kick it out. You had the possession, but you didn't. You went for it.
Yeah, I think this group is one that doesn't exactly breathe out. We keep chasing things, and yeah, I think we, like I said, we spoke about being clinical, and yeah, why bother kicking it out if you have a bit of momentum, you can try something. We have the fitness levels to go after it. We've worked hard at that, so yeah, I back this team to the hills, and yeah, thankfully we're able to do it again.
Well done today, Aoife. Nicola, back to you.
Yeah, Aoife Wafer there, an outstanding performance from her today. Another outstanding performance from someone who Eliza coined the Ronaldo of this team. Bhaveen Parsons, brilliant try from her. Even more impressive in a way tackle. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo can tackle this well, Eliza. But talk us through her performance today.
He only wishes. Yeah, look, this is what she does. This is her bread and butter. Again, Aoife Wafer, really hard running round. Popping it off, drawing in those players, and just getting this offload, and then it's easy for Bevan. She's got the burners on, she powers through, she dots it down, and we need to see more of this from her. I just want more all the time.
We do want more Ronaldo moments, but yeah, absolutely brilliant from her, Adele, today.
Yeah, even defensively here to get that really technically smart tackle. She punches through the waist, that dislodges the ball. I don't think she sees that coming at all. I think she thinks she's in for soon for Coxie, or Karis Coxie in for a try. So excellent piece of skill to see from Bevan, because we talk so much about her stardom in attack, and it's nice to show that she has that on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, plenty more, I am sure, to come as well. Now, Brittany Hogan, Eliza, 2 tries from her today, one just in the dying seconds. How good is she?
Adele talked about this, her work rate. She does a lot of like what they would call the grunt work, and it doesn't get a lot of praise sometimes, but she loves to score tries in Belfast, and she did again right before that game ended today. And that is that pinnacle of this Irish team, finishing games well and strong, getting points on the board, and look, she plays a massive part in this team.
Yeah, it's just so impressive to see, you know, so many top class displays.
Yeah, we're talking before, I suppose we were, like Eliza said, we're talking stars here and kind of bringing the momentum where we have Wafer, we have Bevan Parsons, we've Eve Higgins another game, Eva Dalton defensively. We're having players across the board now that are stepping up, and young players too. I thought Dana O'Brien has been grown into the Six Nations as well. I talked to her about it again in the French game and how she controlled that Italy game. Having players across the board standing up are proving that this team, again, can show the depth that they're bringing to the squad.
The depth in this squad is something, the impact from the bench today, younger players stepping up. This is everything they've been working towards over the last 3 years, and it's the fruits of their labour, and it's showing strong now.
You know, there's people on the sideline, there's people that aren't in the squad today. You look at like the Anna McGann, Nancy McGillery, where Robin O'Connor's coming in and on debuts. Like the squad is getting more expansive, and really world-class players are being left out of a matchday squad.
Yeah, if you're Scott Beamon, Laddie, you're thinking, you know, we're in pretty good shape, and I know he did allude to that this week, and he's signed on a new deal as well to take this team even to the next level.
Yeah, you know, this has been a journey for him. There's a vision. He wants to stick with this team. You can't make big changes in 1 or 2 years. We need that time. There's a lot of belief. There's a lot of trust and rapport that's been built with the squad, and people have bought into what his plan is. And I think they want more. They want to go further with this. They want to be really competing against France and England.
And as I said, with Dublin up ahead on Sunday, Adele, it's just it's building towards another big finish.
Yeah, very exciting. I think Scotland, you know, put up a scoreline today against France. I think it was 20 odd points. So it'll be very interesting to see how Ireland go away and look at Scotland when it comes to this fixture. There'll definitely be a 16th man on the pitch in the Aviva, I have no doubt about it. And Scotland, you know, have a flavour of what Murrayfield can be like for them. So I'm sure that they will come to Ireland on a mission as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game we have coming up next weekend to finish off this Six Nations campaign. Plenty more sport as well coming up across BBC Sport Northern Ireland. We have the Irish Premiership European Playoff Final. That is on Tuesday, this Tuesday the 12th of May at 7:35 p.m. Linfield will take on Dungannon Swifts in that final. We have the Women's Six Nations games we've just mentioned against Ireland and Scotland in Dublin on Saturday as well at 2:30. The Ulster Championship final between Monaghan and Armagh, and the Ireland Rugby Social. Just a reminder, all episodes are available now. But from Belfast, it's another win, this Six Nations for Ireland against Wales. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.